This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
The perfect lunch combo. That first bite of your favorite sub, followed by ice-cold Pepsi. Add a couple of friends, and now that's next level. Suddenly, the laughs get louder, the stories keep flowing, and the food tastes better. Because Pepsi brings out more flavor, more fun, and more of the moment. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar today.
Oh, that's not a harmless prank. That's theft.
Yeah.
Really? You didn't just put it in the dumpster to wait for the heat to die down and then go get it later because you're a thief?
This is the plaintiff, Lucinda Dugal. She says she was at work and noticed her wallet was missing. Turns out the defendant's son stole it and dropped it in the dumpster to hide it and retrieve it later. She, however, became very worked up over the whole thing, had a panic attack of sorts, couldn't breathe, and was rushed to the hospital. The defendants promised to pay her medical bills, but haven't. So here they are. She's suing for the $852 she's owed for all the bills she now has to pay because of the defendant's foolish thief of a son. These are the defendants, Lee Bezick and her son Marcus. Lee says her 15-year-old was having some problems with the plaintiff and tossed her wallet in the dumpster as a prank. The cops were called. He admitted it right away. Nothing was taken. Her son's a great kid who did something stupid in his youth. The plaintiff's a troublemaker who's simply exaggerating her panic attack for a payday. And they owe nothing. They're accused of stressing out a woman.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Lucinda Dugal,
Yes,
you are suing Lee Bezick and Marcus Bezick? Is that how I pronounce it?
correct.
For $852 in medical bills that you sustained in the emergency room after young Marcus stole your wallet.
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
I was at work, and it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I
What
was
kind of place were you working at? You
at a
don't have to tell me the
convenience
name.
store.
At a convenience store?
Yes.
Okay. And how
And-
long had you been working there?
It'll be a year in July.
Okay.
And I went to leave at 4 o'clock. My shift was over. And I went to pick my purse up. I have it hidden underneath my jacket on a hook by the office. And I went to get my purse, and I noticed it was a little light. So I went to get my wallet out to get something to drink, and I noticed my wallet was gone. And I just lost it. I didn't know what to do. So I went up to Mark, and I asked him, can I use his cell phone? My wallet's gone. He let me call the manager, the food service manager, which then because I did not have the manager's phone number at the time. So I called her. She, in turn, called the manager. Okay, and then they said, maybe you should go home and check to make sure you didn't leave it at home, which I did not have a problem with that. So I went home and I checked. It was not there. I knew I had it on me when I went to work. So in the meantime, I was having a panic attack because I was panicking because everything in my wallet was worth something to me. And I started to the point where I couldn't breathe, so I called 911. And then they came and they took me to the hospital. And then while I was being put in the ambulance, the officer told me that they found my wallet in the dumpster in back of the store.
And did they tell you how they came to find it in the dumpster behind the convenience store?
They had one of the employees climb into the dumpster to check to see if it was in there.
And did you
And
ever
they
find
found
out?
it
Why are
in
you
there.
suing this guy?
Because from what I understand, I went back to the police station after I was released from the hospital.
How long did you spend in the hospital?
It was just a couple of hours.
Okay.
And when I got
What
back,
was wrong with you at the hospital? What did they tell
they
you?
said I had a very bad panic attack because of what occurred.
Okay.
They told me that it was the defendant's son.
That he had confessed?
Yes, he
All right,
confessed.
I want you to stop there. I'll be back with you. What's going on?
I got aggravated at work from the plaintiff.
How?
Just she was getting me mad at work
Why?
because I don't really remember the reason.
I'm sorry. How old are you?
16 now. I was 15
Okay.
at the time.
What was she doing that made you mad that I think you're about to tell me that you took her wallet? But what did she do that made you mad?
Just bossed me around and stuff, acting like the boss, and just I was getting like aggravated over it, so I took her wallet and threw it in the dumpster as like a harmless prank.
Oh, that's not a harmless prank. That's theft.
Yeah.
Really? You didn't just put it in the dumpster to wait for the heat to die down and then go get it later because you're a thief?
No.
Have you been arrested before?
No.
When you see her having a panic attack, when you see her getting very excited, don't you think it's time to pull the plug on your little so-called prank, if it is a prank?
Yes.
But you don't, right?
You did. You told the
Yeah,
police.
don't coach
Yeah.
him, Mom. Mom, leave him alone. He can stand on his own 2 feet. He's twice your size and he stole something. Don't keep making excuses for him. But you don't. It's not until much later that you finally fess up. What made you fess up?
I just told the cops that I took it and threw it in the dumpster.
When did you finally tell the cops that?
About 20 minutes after what happened.
I don't understand what you're saying because the whole thing didn't happen in 20 minutes. So that can't be.
I probably told the officer about 30 minutes to an hour.
After the officer was on the scene.
Yes.
What were you doing for that 30 minutes to an hour?
Working.
Just so hoping it would all go away?
No.
How is that a prank? A prank is you pick up the phone, you call somebody, and then you ask if their refrigerator's running, go catch it, and you hang up and giggle. That's something 4-year-olds do. What exactly did you think about this was a prank?
I don't know. I just got so mad that I thought she'd find it.
In the dumpster?
Yeah.
What made you think they'd find it in a dumpster without you telling them?
I don't know, because everyone takes out the trash, so I thought she might have took out the trash. And she would have taken it.
You want to speak up? Mom?
All I can tell you is that when this issue took place, I said the police officer came up and asked him to come to the police department. At that point, he called me, who I was at work, and said, I will come up with you and meet him. And he immediately told the
Where?
officer.
At the police station is where he
Police
immediately
department.
told?
Yeah, he
Oh, so
did.
it's at the police? It's not even it's not even 20 minutes after at the site. It's at the police station when he's brought in for questioning that he folds.
He didn't fold. He told
What did he do?
He basically at work told the officer that he would talk to him in the police department. He didn't want to make the situation worse with everybody present in the convenience store
How is it going to be worse?
because he wanted
For
to
who?
tell the officer what occurred and
But
what
why
she
didn't you
did.
just say it at the convenience store?
The officer did not stop to talk to him at the
The officers are there to figure out what happened.
Right.
He knows what happened and has been lying by not telling anybody what happened the whole time the officers are investigating. And your answer to me, Mom, on why he didn't fess up right away is because he didn't want to make it worse by fessing up right away? Worse for who?
He wanted to. I said the officer said he'll bring him to police
Or is it
headquarters.
that the officer wouldn't take the time to figure out that your son was the thief? I don't get it. Is this uncomfortable for you?
No, this is my son. I said, and I really don't appreciate it. I said the way it's being addressed right now.
Yes, and let me tell you why I'm addressing it this way. You're talking to somebody who was a prosecutor for many years and a criminal court judge for many years. And nobody understands more than I do that people can make a mistake. Someone can make a mistake. But what I cannot tolerate is watching you make the mistake of being a thief and having a bad judgment and being a thief turn into magically a little prank. That's the part that I don't like. Do you know why I don't like it? Because I don't believe there's anything learned of that. Because you want to know what one of the consequences is of being a thief? It's the shame of being a thief. but your mother won't let you have that shame. She's so busy trying to make you look good, and you're so busy trying to make you look good, that you have this whole prank story, and it's making me angry. No, because that's part of the punishment of being a thief. That way you can move on, you can never be a thief again. See? Not this, oh, it was a prank and they kept my mouth shut. Just kept working while the police were investigating. It was just a little prank. Come on. Did you end up getting arrested?
No.
Did you end up having to do community service? Yes. How did you do community service if you didn't end up arrested? They charged you?
No, they didn't. They never charged me.
So how did you end up having to do community service?
May I speak for him?
Yeah.
He received an adjustment where he stated, beyond my request, that he provides 40 hours community time to the police
I don't understand what that is. I've never heard of such a thing. Just tell me, do you have
You
paperwork? Okay. Now, let me ask you, do you have a prior heart issue?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what is your heart issue?
I have heart disease, and I have a medicated stent in me because of a blockage.
Did you know that?
No.
How'd you feel when you found it out? Did you find it out, or is this the first time you're hearing this?
No.
But you know she had to go to the emergency room with a panic attack, right?
Yeah.
That you learned. Okay, you and only you, not Mom. I want to know how you felt when you heard that she ended up in the emergency room over a panic attack.
I'm very guilty.
Your Honor,
Yep.
he did write me an apology letter
Can I see it?
for making me go to the emergency room.
Okay. And apparently Mom said she'd cover the bills, right?
Yes,
But then that didn't happen.
correct.
And Mom,
She
tell me
paid,
why
no,
you
she
went
did
back
pay
under.
the,
Apparently Mom told the police.
she paid the one bill, yes,
She paid one bill of
for
how much?
the ambulance service.
110 to cover
But
the money.
the
you
emergency
state-
room
Oh, no.
doctor-
Stop. She paid how much?
She paid $677.
Okay, so she paid the 110
Right.
because money was stolen.
Right, $60.
Oh, money was actually stolen from the wallet that got dumped in the
$60.
dumpster. Because see, the wallet has no use because that you can trace, but the money, oh, it doesn't look like a prank anymore. I don't know, I wouldn't call this a prank.
But she did pay the one bill. The only one she did not pay is the one for the ER, which is $852 that I'm asking for.
Hand me all of your medical bills.
I have her canceled checks, the check
Mom, tell
that
me
she
about the
gave me.
consequences, because I want to give you a chance to erase the bad feelings I'm having right now about. Just a moment,
I
ma'am.
agree.
Just a moment, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
I was talking to Mom. What were the consequences at your house for this? Beyond the police, I guess.
The following day, he was turning 16, and he was to go for his driver's permit. He now will not get his driver's permit until he's 17. Therefore, he will not get his driver's
Oh,
license
that's
until
actually
he's
the
18.
state that does that, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
So I canceled his driver's ed. Next, he is providing 40 hours community service where every Friday and Saturday he is to do wash and wax and clean police cars and this will be till the summer. He's done 16.5 hours so far.
That's what the police made him do, right?
Right, I said. And additionally, I said I put him into sport, which he does football, and he is gone 6 days a week.
Okay. That's keeping him busy, and that's a good idea. That's not
Right.
necessarily a
I've
punishment.
also allowed him to join the fire department, which is connected right to the police department, and the only way he can go out of the house is when there is a fire call.
So he's grounded.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, what total went from you to her?
A check for $627.
And 46 cents.
Right, and-
That's a total. There was nothing else.
Right. Prior to that was $60 she states was stolen from her wallet. And
Okay, so
then
there was
50
something else. There's
Right.
the check for $627.46, and what else?
It's at $110 in cash,
Okay,
yes.
so what you say went to her is the check for $627.46 plus cash of $110. Is there
Right.
any dispute about that?
No, she's
Okay.
right.
And then you write the check for that. That takes care of this. Then
Right.
there's the other bill, which is actually at the emergency room at
Correct.
$852.
That's-
All right, we have a couple questions. Let's go over a couple things here. Number one, you're suing mom and child, okay? Under some theory that mom is responsible. And I know a lot of people think this, that moms are always responsible for everything their children do. And whether that's appropriate from a moral standpoint, and I'm not sure that it always is, because you can have one family with 5 children and they're 5 different human beings, or whether it's appropriate from a legal standpoint are two different questions, all right? Legally speaking, he is not a grown-up. He's still a minor, but he's in a workplace situation making his own decisions. She would not be responsible under any circumstances. A lawsuit against her, I find in her favor. The next question is him, and what is he responsible for? And it's interesting because this case sort of presents the issue of what can you foresee as happening? Because what happens is you have an opportunity to stop the stress, and you're watching it, and you're watching the mayhem, and you still don't step it up. You don't step it up till the cops are taking you over to the station. So it's not you steal it, and then she has a heart attack and gets wheeled away, and you're like, oh my God, who would have thunk that stealing a wallet would lead to a heart attack? It's that she's freaking out. She's calling the managers. She's calling the police. And you can see how upset she is, and you're still not fessing up. Why? Because you don't want to get caught at having stolen the $60. There's no prank involved. You know there's no prank involved. Do me a huge favor and admit it. Admit there's no prank. You just stole the money.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So should he have to pay her medical bills?
Yes, I'd say he has to pay the medical bills because he's responsible for causing the anxiety attack.
But it's kind of a weird thing to end up in the hospital when your wallet's stolen.
Yeah, that is weird.
Would you make him pay?
No.
Okay, and you get the final word.
Yes, he has to pay.
Why?
Because he's guilty.
Well, he's guilty of stealing a wallet. Is he guilty of a panic attack?
Well, yeah, this whole situation, and he has to pay the consequences of it, too.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Yeah, I just stole the money.
Are you saying that because I asked you to, or are you saying that because this is what happened?
This is what happened.
I know. And then we move on from this. You do your community service hours, you straighten up, you're on the straight and narrow, you're doing the right stuff. This is the kind of thing that we'll never speak of again, okay? But how do we make this part right when I know that you're watching it happen and that you're letting it happen, even if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or half an hour, or an hour, or 2 hours? What do I do about that? Is it fair to make him pay? Because I'm gonna look at this as though he's already paid the 600 and something plus the 110. So how much is fair to make him pay? How much is fair to make him pay? How'd that make you feel right now when you said that? A little better or a little worse? Don't sit, or just embarrassed?
Embarrassed.
Cleansing? Not even a little bit, maybe later?
Your Honor, can I say something to Mark?
Yeah.
Marky, I'm not mad at you. I hold nothing against you. So I am not mad at you at all. I promise you that.
You
And I
guys still
felt
work
bad
together?
because you did do it, and I wanted to do something right for you. So I went with what your mother agreed upon, her and I, so that you wouldn't have to go to juvenile for this.
Okay.
And
You know
Lee,
what?
I'm not mad at you at
Okay.
all. I just want everything back to our friendship the way we had before this.
Oh, I know. I said,
He says that you were harassing him by bossing him around. And
I
that's all
joke
just made up?
around, that's all. I joke around. Everybody knows there that I joke around, but some people, I guess, take it seriously, and I don't mean it seriously.
Did you joke around something that day?
Not that I can recall, no, Your Honor, not at all.
All right. I think we're done. All right. I am going to order Mark, not his mom, to pay the remaining $852 because of the unique circumstances of this particular case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, folks. Good luck. Okay.
thank you.
Some case here in the People's Court. What's your feeling coming out of the courtroom right now, going through your mind?
Just happy it's over with now, and everything can go back to normal.
Would it have been better for you if your mom handled it a different way and made you admit it right from the outset?
I guess so, probably.
Well, how about, would you like to formally apologize to the plaintiff right here and now? I mean, she's right there, 10 feet away from you, and then we could all move on from there?
I'm very sorry, Cindy.
It's okay, Mark. I forgive you. I'm so sorry, too. And Lee, I'm sorry, too, for this.
Why is it so emotional for you?
Because I know, I feel bad for him. He's a young child, and now it's something, he can't get his driver's license until he's 17, and I feel bad.
So you learned from this, and you'll take it as a lesson learned?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Over to Harvey.
So if this defendant were younger, it's possible the parents would also be on the hook. The younger the defendant, the child is, or the teenager is, the younger they are, the more the parental responsibility kicks in. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
This is the plaintiff, Stephen Fagiano. He says he had his roof redone and the contractor paid the defendant a fee for his dumpster and to get rid of the debris. Well, the defendant shows up at his house one day, threatens his tenant claiming he wasn't paid, then proceeds to dump a whole truckload of junk in his yard and then ran over his basketball hoop to boot. The guy is nuts. He had to deal with cleaning up the mess and is owed $457.26 for all he's out. This is the defendant, Dominic Semino. He says the plaintiff got 2 dumpsters from him, and he never got paid. He's been doing this line of work for 20 years, and some people try to stiff him and rip him off after all their work's completed and the mess is hauled away. He does admit to inadvertently hitting his basketball hoop, and he's sorry for that, but he wants to be paid for his work. He's accused of being a junkyard dog. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $544, the cost of 2 unpaid dumpsters.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Stephen Fagiano?
Yes.
You are suing Dominic Semino, doing business as DC Roll-Off Dumpsters, for $457.26 that you say he owes you. You're counterclaiming $544 that you say he owes you for dumpster services. Tell me what's going on.
Back in the middle of May, I was looking for someone to do a couple roofs for me. And I found a subcontractor to do it.
Now, this property, is this property you live in?
No, the one he dumped in, I do not live in. It's my rental.
Okay, so go ahead.
So my contractor, who I hired, I got a contract here from him stating that dumpsters was included in the estimate.
Okay.
And he did the job at my rental.
Who did the job? The particular roofer who you hired?
Yes, he did the job. And the next job was he was going to move over to my personal house to do my other roof with dumpster included. And he actually did that job. And next thing I know, the jobs are all done. And next thing I know, I'm getting a call from Dominic at June 9th.
Did you know Dominic?
No, this is my first time ever
Had
seeing
you
him.
ever met him? But when he called you, had you ever met him?
No.
Okay.
It's my first time ever seeing him.
Did you hire him or did your roofer hire him?
My roofer hired him.
Okay, so go on.
Okay, so actually, so I get a phone call at June 9th from my tenant saying that we got a problem. I'm like, well, what could be the problem? He says, well, the dumpster guy's here and he wants his money. I'm like, what do you mean? I already paid for that. It's in my estimate. He should have got paid by now. He goes, well, I don't even want to talk to him. So Dominic got on the phone. And we had a heated argument, and he was telling me that he goes, I'm not eating this. He goes, either you're paying or the contractor's paying. And I said, well, evidently the contractor's paying because I already paid it through my contract.
Did you call your contractor after this happened?
Yes.
And what'd your contractor say?
He said that he paid a gentleman that was working with him, Sam, which is...
A gentleman was working with who? The contractor?
The contractor.
Or with the defendant?
No, he was working with the contractor. His name is Sam. I guess Sam, if I understood, Sam's the one that got Dominic to do the job.
And that he had paid Sam? And Sam was what, a partner of the contractors?
Just a helper.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate for him. So
Right.
what happened? Sam pocketed it?
That's what we're thinking.
So why would the contractor think that means it's over? That's fascinating.
Well, I mean, the contractor right now is nowhere to be found.
So what happens? You talk
So-
to the contractor tells you that, and you tell the contractor what? Well, you go deal with Mr. Semino?
Well, yes, he did call him at my kitchen, and they got in a heated argument. He was pissed. And I
See,
said,
I don't blame Mr. Semino for being furious.
absolutely. Me to
I mean, because, the problem that you have is that, technically speaking, he could put a mechanics lien on your property for having done work for you that essentially, right, that's work for the property. The problem is that's not Mr. Semino's way. That would be somebody else's way. What was Mr. Semino's way?
Mr. Semino's way was on July 1st, driving home from work, I got a phone call from my tenant saying, Steve, the driveway's full of roofing material. Someone just came by and dumped the roofing material and ran over my basketball hoop. And I said,
oh my God.
So I turned and I said, okay, I'll call the sheriff, so I'll be on my way over. And
do you have pictures?
Yes, I do.
May I see them?
Sure. Mind you, it wasn't my garbage, it was someone else's.
No, it didn't come out like that.
Didn't come out like that.
No, when I dumped it, it came out into a cube.
What would be the point of that?
It's a full cube. I tried to be as neat and
Trying
respectful
to be as
I
neat
could.
as possible when you're trashing someone else's property?
I'm trying.
What were you thinking? What happened?
He owed me money.
So you thought you'd go illegally dumping all over the property?
That was his material. That was his roofing material.
Do you really think it matters whether it's his roofing material or somebody else's? Why are we even debating this?
Well, the thing
what
is,
were you thinking?
I was thinking about getting the money that he owed me.
And you thought this was the way to get it?
Absolutely. He
You
ripped me
sure?
off
You
for-
sure this isn't just an anger management problem?
No,
Who's
he
the
ripped me
lady
off
with
for-
you?
This is my wife.
Oh,
He ripped me off for 2 dumpsters. He agreed to pay for it. He didn't have a contractor. It was him and his family that actually did the 2 roofs.
who hired you?
This is the card that I wrote down. I keep one of these in my truck.
But who hired you?
Okay?
You know who hired you. Who hired you?
They did. All
no,
3
not
of them.
they isn't an
They
answer.
are as in
who,
family.
Who hired you? Who's the guy? One human hires you. Who hired you?
Rick.
Okay, and who is Rick? That's the.
Rick hired me for
Just
Steve.
a second, I understand. Rick is the roofing guy.
Rick is the
And
roofing
Rick
guy.
is related to you?
No, he's not.
Rick is sort of related to you?
He is my father's brother's mother's sister's son. So it's that branch that never hit the other branch.
Your uncle's mother, who is not your grandmother?
No, my uncle's wife.
Uncle's wife's son.
Sister's
Sister's
son.
son.
Okay.
So your uncle's nephew.
Yes. So just like upstate New York, I don't know how it goes down here, but everyone, if you talk business, it's cuz this, cuz that, cuz this. And that's all he ever calls me, with cuz.
How long have you been in this business?
My whole life.
Do you have a right to file mechanics liens?
Actually, I really don't have a lot of time to sit around and file papers.
Is that a yes or a no? Do you have a right to file?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if you were a law-abiding human, what you would do then is follow what the statute says, send a notice to the homeowner, tell them that you're going to be filing a lien. If they don't then file the lien, then go against the lien. But since you take the law into your own hands, what you do instead is this to someone's property, right? How did that work out for you? When you dumped a bunch of stuff on the guy's property, how did that work out for you? Did that get the guy to pay you?
No, I hope he hurt his back cleaning it up.
Okay, well, what happened instead is that the cops got called on you, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. When the cops called you, what'd you do?
He said that he wasn't going to file he was only going to file a report on the basketball hoop. Gave me 24 hours.
What happened? What's a basketball hoop? Tell me about that.
Well, when I was dumping a load, I tried to keep it over to the right. It came out in one solid cube, not the photo that you have there.
You don't seriously pretend to convince me that when you dumped, you did it to be neat, right? That is not what you're trying to feed me right now, right?
Your Honor,
because I'm full. I don't really want you to feed me that.
Your Honor, I could have dumped it at the front door. He just took
Do
2
you
dumpsters
hear
and ripped me
yourself?
off.
You are being accused of illegally dumping a bunch of stuff because you're angry at him, and your defense is, well, I tried to be neat about it.
That was his material.
Is that serious?
The dumpster was on his property. I opened the gate and I took my equipment back and left his load of trash.
Okay.
That stuff came from his roof. I took my equipment and I left.
So go on.
Police called and said you wrecked because I couldn't get the gate all the way open on the dumpster. So I finally latched the gate.
What do you mean by the gate all the way open on the dumpster?
I opened the gate on the container, on the roll-off, and I latched it. When I went to pick it up, I crushed the basketball hoop in between the frame of the truck and the dumpster.
Does anybody have pictures of the basketball hoop?
They should have.
I do.
Let me see both your pictures on that.
The star that I put there is where the load of trash was. Came out in a solid cube, not all spread out like he's got there.
But how did it happen? That's the back of the basketball?
That's the new basketball hoop.
Oh, well, wasn't the other one in the same spot?
No, it was basically in the same spot.
And where was the dumpster? In this part of the house?
On the other side behind it. So when I opened the gate came around this way.
The gate of the dumpster?
The gate of the container opens up like this.
Okay, so you ended up crushing?
The basketball hoop.
Okay, so did you pay for a new basketball hoop?
Sheriff's Department told me I had 24 hours to have the basketball hoop back there, and I did.
That's the kind of Sheriff's Department I like. Sort of no fooling around. And then what happened?
The Sheriff's Department was having a conversation with him. He must have bring out his invoices, and the sheriff told him while he was on the phone to me that he should just pay the invoice that he had pulled out because he had his invoices. And our agreement was that he was going to pay the invoices because he told me he was going to pay the invoices. So that's what I did.
When did he tell you that?
Before the cans were even dropped. That card there is filled out. That business card on the back is filled out.
But you told me that Rick gave you that card.
Sam, and on the other side, right there, it's filled out in the truck before the containers dropped on the property.
You have Sam's number, Rick number, and then it says bill to Steve Fraggiano.
Yeah, and he gave me the clearance to bill him for it.
Who's he?
Mr. Fraggiano.
That is.
He says he never met you before until your first phone call to him.
On the phone, he told me to bill him for both containers on Erie Station Road.
Okay, so go on.
That's it. I called him a couple of times. He said he's going to get it out.
Have you ever done this before? Dumped the stuff out?
Took my container. That's his stuff.
Have you ever done that before to another customer?
Yeah.
How many times have you done that?
Well.
How many times have you done that?
I don't just drive around picking up people's trash and paying for it out of my pocket. I mean,
so what do you do if they don't pay you for the dumpster and the dumpster's still on site? You just empty out the dumpster.
Open the gate like I did at his property, take my equipment, and I leave. And I leave his load because it came from his property. The Sheriff's Department did say that if it comes off the property...
So you didn't drive by and dump somebody else's stuff.
That's not somebody else's stuff.
You opened up the container, dumped his stuff on his own property, and took your container?
That's what I did.
That's not better. That's still a problem. But, well, it's better. It is better. But it's still a huge problem.
Well...
See, because here's what's happening. You're being sued now for the cleanup costs, and you're also countersuing because you want to get paid. But you would get paid in order to haul that stuff out. And that's the part you didn't do. You dumped the stuff. So how do you figure?
Well, it's his own personal stuff. That belonged to him to begin with.
I understand, but then how are you going to get paid? Like you're counterclaiming for the $544 because you want to get paid, but you didn't do the job, right?
Well, the haul charge and the one from his house.
But you didn't haul the stuff. What are you doing to haul charge?
I bring the container over there and set it down on wood, so that's a haul charge.
Yeah, that's what people pay you for? That's what people agree to pay you $544 for? They agree to pay you that for you to haul the stuff out.
It's 2 invoices. One for his house, one for his rental.
Right.
I never got paid on either one.
Right. Did you dump it on his house too?
No.
So you just dumped it on the rental? What happened with the one on his house?
I haven't had time to get there yet.
Get out of here! No, that's just
I haven't had time to get there yet.
No! Are you kidding me?
No.
So the dumpster's still there?
No. I pulled the container.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean you haven't
I took that one.
Wait. What haven't you had time for?
Sue him.
I just, listen, as much as I disagree with his methods, how do you figure that you and your cuz are going to get away with neither of you paying this guy?
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
So if this plaintiff didn't pay for the dumpster, the rental, can the defendant dump all the junk onto his property?
No.
I don't think so. There's other ways to handle that situation.
Anybody think he can dump it? Can he dump it?
I think so.
Why?
Because he didn't get paid, so.
But is that the recourse when you don't get paid to do something like that?
No, I don't think so. I don't agree with that.
What do you do?
I think you could handle that completely differently.
How so?
I don't know.
Going to court.
Going to court.
Good answer. Going inside the courtroom.
How do you figure
How
that
I figure is because I have.
In other words, if Sam ripped Cuz off,
Yep.
that is Cuz's problem. That's Rick's
Exactly.
problem. Well, I understand
Exactly.
that, but then it becomes your problem as the homeowner, and then you have to chase a guy who's your uncle's nephew, who you probably have Thanksgiving dinner with. So why would you
Never.
not make? Look at me when I'm talking.
Okay, I'm
because
sorry.
My problem is, how do you figure that you don't just make this right? How do you not make this right? And
I have tried to make it right with Rick, but I can't get a hold of Rick half the time, and I haven't got a hold of him
he's your
since.
uncle's nephew. It's not like you keep trying to divorce yourself from him,
Well,
like you don't know. Oh, he's
reason why I'm-
somewhere out in he's fled the country, and we don't know where he's your uncle's nephew.
Right, and he's a fly-by-night, for one.
Oh
and,
well, you're the guy who hired him.
Well, I didn't know this until all this happened.
Show me the proof of what you paid to remove the cost of dumpster rental. What? I don't understand your lawsuit. Tell me the breakdown of your lawsuit.
Right here is the bill that I had to pay to get a dumpster.
To haul this stuff out.
Yeah, to haul this stuff out. Here's the bill that I had to pay to get this dumpster. This is the affidavit from my tenant of the day it happened when I first talked to him. And this is the bill for the cleanup.
Hold on one second, please. You were charging $382.86. You're suing for $382.86 for the cost of a dumpster rental and $75 for the cost to load the dumpster.
Yes.
But you've handed me a credit card proof that you paid $200 for the dumpster rental.
$200 down. That was for me to get the dumpster to my house.
I understand. Then just give me the next one. Where's the rest of your?
Yeah, I have it.
You have.
Yeah, because the trucks broke down on that day, and they wanted me to go over and pick up the dumpster. So he actually almost got it twice.
Wait.
He almost got it twice.
Wait, do that again. Say that again.
This is the bill that came from my competitor.
Your competitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their trucks actually broke down on that day to pick it up, and the owner of the company called me and asked me if I would send me or one of my kids over to pick up that container.
Wait, so what'd you do? When their truck
No,
broke,
I didn't
did you
do
go,
it. I
you didn't pick it up.
didn't want to.
It can't be this incestuous. Okay.
I could have. I could have, though.
Do
If it
you
was up
have
to
the
me, I
other
would've.
bill, the rest of the bill?
He's saying they charged him.
Did you
an
pay
additional-
this?
Yes.
Where's your credit card receipt for paying this?
No, I actually paid a check for that, but that's paid for.
Did he pay it?
Did he
know?
pay that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he paid it.
Okay.
They printed that out for me. But knowing that he was going to sue me like this,
Yeah.
I would have went over and got that container and dumped it again just to be spiteful.
Just to be spiteful,
Just to
you
be,
would do that?
because he should have just paid me the little bit of money that he owed me.
Where was the dumpster? On the side of the house where the hedge is?
Your Honor, what dumpster are you replying to?
Which one do you think I'm talking about?
Well, he dumped a different dumpster 4 weeks afterwards into that spot.
Can I see the police report?
Yes.
And you're saying that
Absolutely incorrect. The
That
dumpster
you-
was in that spot behind the basketball hoop.
do you have the paperwork from the pickup of the dumpster?
I don't, because that stuff that was in the container came from the house where it was dumped. It wasn't taken off the property and bring back.
Do you have anything from your tenant?
Yes, it's there.
Tenant talks about you coming over and telling him, I don't care who's going to pay for this dumpster fees, but I'm not eating that bill. Somebody is going to pay. I met with Steve, that would be the plaintiff. This is the tenant talking. A couple days later, where he showed me that it was included in the roofing fees. On July 1st, I came home to find a huge load of roofing debris dumped in the driveway. Also, my portable basketball hoop was busted. The neighbors across the street came over and stated they saw a big red truck back up the driveway and dump the roofing debris.
Incorrect.
They said the driver of the truck ran over the portable basketball hoop in the process. It apparently ended up scraping some of the red paint off the truck. The neighbor, Dwayne Smith, stated the driver got out of the truck, grabbed the portable basketball hoop, and threw it across the lawn. He then got back in his truck and left. I called my landlord, who came over, and then I called the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. The deputy was able to obtain Mr. Cimino's telephone number and called him. While on the phone with the deputy, Mr. Cimino admitted to running over the portable basketball hoop while he was dumping a load of shingles. This isn't the story that you're telling me here. According to the police report, you backed up over his basketball hoop that was in his driveway while you were dumping a load of shingles off. This is a different story than the one you're telling me, that you picked up the dumpster and just opened it up and let stuff out. That would be a much better
That's
story
exactly
for
what
you.
happened.
Except for that's not what the affidavit says, and that's not what the police report says. What the police report says is what my first impression was, that you literally, out of anger, dumped stuff in that driveway.
I did not.
All right. Well, here's what I'm finding. Number one, I find you responsible for the $457.26 that it cost to clean up this mess. Number two, I find that you did not contract with him directly, that you contracted with Rick. And as such, you have two choices. You can find and sue Rick, because that's who you contracted with, or you can do this the right way and file the appropriate paperwork with your municipality so that you can file a lien against the property and do things in a law-abiding fashion. But I am not going to let you recover here with the circumstances of this case. That's my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So it's a case of kind of vigilante dumpster justice here. Did that work for you? Yeah. Did that work for you? The way you handled it?
It did. It did.
In what way?
Well, if you're going to take a container and you're going to load it and you're not going to pay for it, then you need to get it back. You'll get it back one way or another.
One way
in
or
your
another.
Yard, hey.
That's what I mean by vigilante dumpster justice.
It's not really vigilante. That was his trash. It came from his house.
Okay. Would you do things differently next time?
Absolutely not.
All right. Right around the corner there. All right, documents waiting for you. All right, step on in here. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
Well, I'm glad she's seen it the way what the truth was. I think it's wrong for what he did. I think he was going after the wrong person. He should have been going after my contractor from the get-go.
Push his buttons a little bit too much?
No, I talked to him once. We got in a heated argument, and he actually pushed my buttons. That's why I did what I did.
How'd he push yours?
Bring him to court.
How'd he push yours?
By getting a little vulgar. She's going to rip the skin off my face and drag me through the pavement. And yeah, he's not a happy guy.
Harvey?
By the way, dumping all of this stuff onto the property actually could be a crime. It's called malicious mischief.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.